Greetings, Bless here with another vague character comic review, and this one is Mammoth Mogul. Now, he has a bit of a long history in the Archie Sonic universe, mainly because he's been around since the ancient times, when there were still dinosaurs and mammoths. Now, Mammoth Mogul is still alive even in the current Sonic universe because of a Chaos Emerald that got lodged into his chest, and it stayed there ever since. So it not only provided Mogul with literal immortality, but he also gained power and wisdom. And with that, he think of him like Vandal Savage from the DC comics. That's basically where Mogul was inspired from. Mogul uses intelligence to gain followers. He studied magic. He became a huge threat. So much so that he had a curse placed on the Chaos Emeralds, so whenever he achieved power, he lost it in some fashion. But that didn't deter the Mammoth. Mogul more than once fought against Sonic and his friends, and he was a powerhouse. At one point, Mogul was able to use the Sword of Acorns to absorb the power of Enerjack, and use that power to achieve a new form called Master Mogul, in which he'd been trying to absorb. Now, Mogul wouldn't stay in the Master Emerald forever, because when Eggman shatters it to release a being called Chaos, he unwittingly also freed Mammoth Mogul, who then again began his campaign to try to rule the planet. But this time, his plan was to attack Knuckles, because at one point Knuckles had achieved a sort of power in which he became Green Knuckles, and was, well, it was like a permanent super form, but could also do anything he wanted with the power. So Mammoth Mogul used Dimitri as sort of like a crutch. Yeah. So when Knuckles tried to save Dimitri, that's when Mammoth Mogul used a device to take all of Knuckles' energy. So it had not only killed Knuckles, but it allowed Mammoth Mogul to take all that power into himself and become Master Mogul once again, but with no Knuckles around. And this, I believe, was Mammoth Mogul's most dangerous moment, because with this power, he literally destroyed every single universe out there until there was only one left. And he was only defeated when Tails combined with all of his other forms, other alternate counterparts to become Titan Tails. And because he was a chosen one, he was able to absorbed the power of the chaos energy and manipulated, and took down Master Mogul. And then Tails used the power to kind of revert everything back to the way it was. And once again, Mammoth Mogul was trapped not only in the Master Emerald, but in his own Chaos Emerald this time. And he will break out again when the Ancient Walkers were killed with Sword of Acorns. So the curse that the Ancient Walkers had placed on the Emerald was no longer there. Mammoth Mogul was freed, and he this time sought his sights for the Crown of Acorns and the Sword of Acorns, because their power source is different from Chaos Energy. Their power source is the source of all. And with this power, Mogul became literally unstoppable. He was only taken down when the Paladin, Sir Connery, used a Sword of Light to not only defeat Mammoth Mogul, but to shatter the Sword of Acorns and the Crown of Acorns. And after that, Mogul decided to he realized that there is something that will always prevent him from winning. So you could sort of say he not gave up, but sort of backed down and decided to just watch. So he got his own casino, his own henchmen, and that's all he did from then on. Just ran a casino. He got involved once or twice, but nothing big. Only enough to mess with Sonic, because, as Mammoth Mogul said, something will always stop him. So he knew, even when he had Sonic in his sights, he knew the moment he tried to attack, something would stop him. And that was the last we saw of Mammoth Mogul before the big reboot. So yeah, thank you for listening to my vague review of the Titan, Mammoth Mogul. I mean, I also give a bit of clarity of what he can do. Mammoth Mogul is immortal. He had direct link to Chaos Emerald, so he can do literally anything. At one point, Sonic, Knuckles, the Chaotix, Merlin, Tails, everyone tried to attack him at once, He created a shield of chaos energy that can't be penetrated. Or it could be, but it's very hard. He can blast that chaos energy outwards to knock out everyone. He can fly. He has very good knowledge. And he also has mastery of some elements. Because when he was fighting Ixis Naugus, every time Ixis used an element, Mammoth Mogul was able to counteract it easily. And that's not easy. Ixis Naugus is very proficient in his abilities. And for Mammoth Mogul to toy with him is a huge step up. Basically, whenever Mammoth Mogul arrives, not just one character can defeat him. It usually takes multiple characters. So, yeah, thank you for listening to my vague review of Mammoth Mogul.